Derian Hatcher was drafted 8th overall by the North Stars in 1990. When the franchise relocated to Dallas in 1993, Hatcher was an essential piece of the Stars' young core and instantly became a fan favorite in the Metroplex with his ruthless, intimidating style of play. In 1994, Hatcher was named captain of the Stars, a tenure that would last 9 years. Under his leadership, Hatcher and the Stars hoisted the Stanley Cup in 1999, making him the first American-born captain in NHL history to lead a team to a championship. Praised throughout his career by his teammates for his commanding allegiance, Hatcher was considered one of the game's great defensive forces. After 12 seasons with the Stars organization, he is the second longest tenured defenseman in franchise history. Congratulations to the 2022 Dallas Stars Hall of Fame nominee, Derian Hatcher.
This is the matchup of the night right here. Tattoo turns, skitters wide, might have grazed the post. PJ had the angle covered. Taken away by Victor Moreland. Ballmeyer gets a foot in. Moreland still in possession. 100 seconds in the overtime. For Tattoo, looks to turn. Huskey gets a foot in. Milano deflected wide. Skitters off the board. Bicycle in! And the game is over! What a goal by Tattoo! Oh my Lord, what a goal to win the game by Tattoo! 4-3, Dallas wins it at the 13:26 mark of the overtime. That is an absolutely fabulous goal by Tattoo.
You know, it was a very important game for us, you know, because we have to prove, you know, we are a good team and we had a chance to beat Cleveland. And scoring that goal in overtime and the way end, you know, with, you know, just a great goal. What can you say? You know, it just happened. You know, it's nothing was planned. You know, Willie shot the ball, hit the wall, coming out. I couldn't do anything else. The only thing I could do was bike. And I did, and the ball went right in the net. And, you know, I think that moment, you know, we showed to Cleveland, you know, we're a good team.
In the air to right, look out for the wind. It hits the top of the fence. 2 runs will score, 3 runs score. It's a triple for Sundberg.
You know, the first time I remember playing baseball was age of 5, and I had a father that wanted to play Major League Baseball, never felt like he had the chance or the opportunity to do it, and he was going to make sure that what he didn't get the opportunity to do, his son would have that opportunity. And so as I worked my way through those amateur years of Little League and junior high and high school and college and then finally into pro ball, Scout told me, you're not going to make it to the big leagues, you can't hit, you can't catch. And so to have somebody tell you face to face that you're never going to play in the big leagues, that got under my skin. The way that shaped me was that I always saw myself failing.
I hit a home run in one game, 40,000 people, I crossed the plate, and one guy was booing me, and that's the guy I heard.
I had the drive to do it, and I think as a youngster I was able to, because of the skill level, push through the pressure. I caught 1,400 games my first 10 years in the big leagues. I hold the American League record for 155.
The defensive standout won 6 consecutive Gold Glove awards, second most among American League catchers, and had the league's best fielding percentage in the first 4 of those years.
And that's a looper hitting the right field for a base hit. The 50-yard scores. Here comes Sundberg. Here's the throw. He scores. We go to a 7th.
Baseball, its difficulty and its grind put me on my knees. You have to want it so much, and you have to want to be in the lineup. I knew if I got 1 hit a game as a major leaguer, I would be an all-star. But as soon as I got 1 hit in a game, I needed to get 2. And then as soon as I got 2, I needed to get 3. It is at times almost an unhealthy passion to be at the top.
Fans, you loved him on the field, and you loved him off. Here's Sonny, Jim Sundberg.
I have concluded that all the accumulation of wealth, even if I could achieve it, is an insufficient reason for living. When I reach the end of my days, I must look backward more than just Gold Gloves, All-Star games, World Championships, and records, nor is fame of any lasting benefit. I will consider my earthly existence to have been wasted unless I recall a loving family, a consistent investment in the lives of people, and an earnest attempt to serve the God who made me. And nothing else makes much sense.
the Canadian Hockey League, Portland Winterhawks, Brendan Morrow. He's a talented hockey player. He can score goals, and he's got a great work ethic and a lot of character.
I'm really pumped, excited right now.
The Dallas Stars drafted Brendan Morrow, 25th overall in the 1997 draft. He would make his NHL debut 2 years later, suiting up for the defending Stanley Cup champions.
Morrow, wrist shot, can't stop, they score! Morrow, his first NHL goal!
As a rookie, wearing number 45, Morrow would score 14 goals for the Stars, who would return to the Stanley Cup final. He would play the entire series on a broken ankle, showcasing his grit and fortitude. Over the next 6 seasons, Morrow consistently produced for the Stars, both offensively and physically, growing into one of the game's top power forwards.
Oh, shot, he scores!
Wow. In September 2006, he was named the 5th captain in team history. During the 2008 playoffs, Morrow was unstoppable for the Stars, scoring 9 goals, including 2 in overtime, leading them to the Western Conference Final. In February 2010, Morrow would help Canada win an Olympic gold medal on home soil. In his 13 seasons in Dallas, Morrow was beloved by Stars fans for his loyalty, dedication, and passionate play. A true captain, he proved to be an influential leader for the younger generation of Stars players.
I definitely got to learn a lot from Brendan Morrow, growing as a person and a player.
Magic has not been looking to shoot so far in the first 3 games. Stolen. Harper in a foot race. Only Scott to beat. Score it. Worthy at the perimeter. Quickly, Harper comes back. Deflected into Donaldson's hands. Turnover by LA. Harper's jumper.
Possession of the ball like they did that time.
Harper again. How's Michael Thompson there on him? See Harper get past Magic Johnson. I want to tell you, that was the first time, Tommy, that I... Good inside defense by LA, and the Mavericks keep it at the perimeter. Harper with a quick change to the left hand. Nice creative field goal by Derek Harper. This is Harper. Banged that one in, and he has hit repeatedly from the perimeter. Off that time. Rebound Mavericks. Harper's in the middle, gives it back to Blackman.
It goes in, and he's got, appears to me right now, a herky-jerky motion.
All right, Mavericks here, leading, trailing by a point, and Harper puts them back on top by a dude. Could not get it to fall. Tarpley has Harper alone. It's a Johnson-Harper duel. 24 for Magic and 28 for Harper. Make it 30. On the spread, Harper. 35 points for Derek Harper.
The first player signed by the 1960 expansion team in Dallas was SMU quarterback Don Meredith.
I think the overall picture kind of surprised me. I didn't know really what to expect from pro football.
The 2-time All-American split playing time his first 3 seasons.
You know, I thought here I was, your basic All-American quarterback coming in. I thought I should be playing. So I had some really second thoughts about, is this what I want to do?
Meredith stuck it out, and his head coach stood by him.
But on a brown flip, your play now is 57, wing down and in.
Eventually, Meredith learned his lessons and started making plays, and Tom Landry's Cowboys became a contender.
From an offensive standpoint, they rolled up some pretty good numbers, and people had to outscore us.
Wing zig out. We're cutting them. It's on set hut. Let's go. Hut, hut.
I had days where I was in the zone, And what more can you ask for? I feel very good about the 9 years that I played.
In 1966, Olympic sprinter Bob Hayes gave Dandy Don a deep threat. Meredith was named NFL Player of the Year. But in the NFL championship game, the underdog Texans came up one play short against Vince Lombardi's Green Bay Packers. One year later, the Ice Bowl offered Meredith and the Cowboys a chance at redemption.
It's one that I can remember as being bitterly uncomfortable. I remember a little bit of it being slow motion.
Bart Starr coming over to check with Coach Vince Lombardi. 20 seconds remaining in this football game.
I really thought we were going to win. I really thought that we were the best team. And I think those thoughts were in my mind when I watched that last drive.
Starr begins the count. Takes the snap. He's got the quarterback. He's going to touchdown, and the Packers are out in front. And the Green Bay Packers are going to be NFL champions for the third straight year.
And it was very, very disappointing.
Meredith suited up one final season. In 1968, Dallas finished 12-2, but lost badly to the Cleveland Browns in the Eastern Division Championship game. Dandy Don turned to a new career.
Good, Don. Even a little more out to sea, Don.
I didn't know what I was getting into. I mean, I didn't have any idea that Monday night was going to be Monday night, and I really thought it was going to be like something that was going to buy me a little time. And when you look at it retrospectively again, ABC had very little. Sure, we'll try it. Let's see what happened.
What happened was a cultural phenomenon, the second longest running show ever on an American television network.
I enjoyed the time I was there, and I'm happy that I was given as much free reign to do what it was I could do. So it worked out well.
Turn out the lights. The party's over. They say that all good things must end.
Meredith did 2 stints with Monday Night Football and one shorter hitch with NBC, where he partnered with the legendary Kurt Gowdy for one of the most memorable calls in television sports history.
Looking, he's under the gun. He's tied, he throws. It is! He caught it!
And to see it end that way was just absolutely perfect. I was so happy to be there. That's really all. I don't remember a lot of the details, but it was wonderful.
He lived the American dream with one noteworthy regret.
I wish that there had been more books in my house when I grew up. We had the Bible and a book called Leaves of Gold. Out of Leaves of Gold, there's a deal that says, you know, I'd rather see a sermon than hear one any day. I'd rather one would walk with me than merely show the way. For the eye is a better pupil and more willing than the ear. Fine counsel is confusing, but examples are always clear.
Ed Belfour joined the Dallas Stars in the summer of 1997. In his first season between the pipes in Big D, Belfour led the Stars to a President's Trophy, posting an incredible 1.88 goals against average. The following year, Belfour was instrumental in the Stars capturing the Stanley Cup. During that magical run, he would defeat 3 other Hall of Fame goaltenders along the way, while recording a remarkable 1.26 goals against average in the Stanley Cup final. Belfour would backstop the Stars to the final again the following year. Over his 5 seasons with the Stars, Belfour sits first in franchise history with 44 career playoff wins, and sits third all-time with 160 regular season victories. Congratulations to the 2023 Dallas Stars Hall of Fame inductee, Ed Belfour.
No player in football history has won more championship rings than Charles Haley, a major figure for 2 of the league's marquee franchises in the 1980s and 1990s. The 49ers drafted Haley in the 4th round of the 1986 draft, and he would go on to lead San Francisco in sacks in each of his first 6 seasons.
He's looking, he's going to run, he's sacked. Haley had him.
And capture a pair of Super Bowl titles. In 1992, Haley was traded to Dallas and moved to defensive end.
That speed rush of Haley, he just went right around the house.
But the results were the same. Haley would win 3 more Super Bowl titles with the Cowboys.
And Dallas, your Cowboys are world champions again.
Becoming the only player to win 5 championships in the modern era. A 2-time NFC Defensive Player of the Year, Haley was named to 5 Pro Bowls and 2 All-Pro teams, racking up nearly 500 career tackles and over 100 career sacks.
Brown back to pass, sack, fumble, Charles Haley.
Now Haley will take his 5 rings with him on his next career stop, Canton and the Hall of Fame.
But how about Rod Woodson? He's the first ever NFL player to have a critical knee surgery and still play in the same season. Sanders still in as Aikman on first down. Goes long for Sanders. Caught by Dion at the 15-yard line.
Well, Paul Willie Williams was in perfect position the whole way to make the play, but he couldn't do it. He did not time his jump or his move to the football on time. Right here, he's on the outside technique. He's really hoping to get some help deep, but the Cowboys do a good job of getting the safety out of the middle, and right there, he's just a little too quick and jumping Dion. Excellent job of catching the football.
A little afterwards, I'll dance you a little bit. Little prime time, 47 yards on the play for Sanders.
Well, the Giants defense has been doing it for quite a while. Maynard with his 4th punt of the game, and it's a wobbly duck caught on a line by Sanders. Dion back when he started and then turns the corner into Giant territory and leave it to Dion to break it open for a touchdown. What a run!
Oh, man. A low-line drive of a punt, guys. Doesn't give the guys a chance to get down the field and make a tackle.
And there isn't. Joe Avezzano, the Cowboys special teams coach, I'm sure is not saying that's just the way I drew it up.
Boy, I'd like to have him on my special teams if I was the coach.
Dion found the picket fence all the way to the far sidelines. And when he gets a step on anybody.
4th and 10. The receiver slips. It is intercepted by Sanders. Can he score again?
Yep.
There he goes. Deion Sanders. .71 yards. 16 return touchdowns in his career. The 8th time he's run back an interception.
You know what? I don't know if Danny Cannell could have gotten a tackle here because somebody would have to peel him off the ground. That's about the 15th time that he's been leveled. And I'm not talking about hit guys. I am talking about leveled.
He's trying to get the crowd involved a little bit.
I didn't like that.
Oh, I like that one. I might have been able to grab that and dunk it.
It almost went in without it.
Well, that's what I was talking about.
That's why he said he could have grabbed it.
Oh, a cartwheel in it! Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Now. Oh, I can't believe he tried that.
I tell you what.
Oh, my God.
He should get 54 for taking a chance. Oh, my. I tell you what, I've never heard a crowd cheer harder over a miss.
I don't know if they were cheering. I think they were laughing.
Nobody's ever done this one. First of all, it was a terrible cartwheel.
Give him a skirt. Give him a skirt, guys.
Oh, my.
You know what? Give the guy credit for trying something new.
But the judges are going to penalize him for missing, and he gets a grand total of only 33.
A tough 2-game road trip awaits for Dallas at San Antonio and Phoenix Tuesday and Wednesday.
Karl Malone guarding Juwan Howard.
And there's Finley again. That's not a replay. Finley's done it to Polynice twice.
Holy cow. This is, as we've referred to many times, a war. This is the last game in Utah Finley made that great play. This is here just a little bit ago. Watch him elevate here. That's Polonese again. Posterized. Twice he's done that to Olden Polonese.
Opening day 2009, a 20-year-old rookie shortstop made his debut for the Texas Rangers.
To right field, he's got it. His first big league at bat, it's a base hit.
Elvis quickly became the understudy of two Ranger greats. He experienced both personal and team success early in his career, while being named to the All-Star team twice in his first 4 seasons. Andrus also provided the spark for the Rangers' back-to-back trips to the Fall Classic.
Breaking ball, strike 3 call. The Rangers are going to the World Series.
Now in his 11th season, the Rangers' career stolen base leader has played in over 1,500 games.
Deep to left.
He's the consummate professional, but not afraid to have a little fun, too.
And the damage that he can do as the head rubs begin.
He was the youngster who announced his big league arrival with flair.
Elvis has driven in 5 runs.
Now, he's the veteran leader who makes the big play when it's needed most.
Base hit, and that'll do it. And the Rangers have walked it off.
Elvis Andrus is the heartbeat of the Texas Rangers.
Two receivers right, Owens to the left. Romo in the gun on 3rd and 3 at the 50. Rams show a blitz. Romo may be changing the call. High snap over his head. Romo runs it down at the 25 and kicks it. Picks it up and runs left. At the 20, Romo trying to pull McNabb. Gets away from one man. Left to the 40. To the 50. First down. Out of bounds at the 45 for St. Hood. All I could think of was McNabb on Monday night a few years ago, and Greg Ellis chasing him around. Well, that one puts him in the hearts and minds of Cowboys fans forever.
Now, how long, as St. Louis will take a timeout here,
well,
how long do you think the Cowboys had to work on that play this week? How long?
Hey, Jason, nice play call. The gain on the play is 4 yards, but he actually went 34 yards. Christy?
Not just in the hearts and minds of Cowboys fans, and you can hear them roaring their approval as he walks towards the sideline, but you should have seen the Cowboy defensive players. They were all sitting on the bench, and as Romo headed up the left sideline scrambling, they were up, they were running along with them metaphorically, and after he got the first down, they were jumping up and down and slapping high fives and laughing. Man, the defensive players on this team love their quarterback.
Wow.
Rookies today, they ride in the same limo.
Different salary structure. Romo, spin, throw, end zone, caught! Terrence Williams, touchdown Cowboys! Tony Romo digging into the bag of tricks, 43 yards.
And part of the bag of tricks was just pulling away from the most dominant defensive player in the first quarter of the season. Watch J.J. Watt. He's got a clear shot on Romo. Yeah, I wonder about that left arm, though. He didn't have the strength to wrap up Romo. And how about Romo sticking with the play? Williams hangs with the ball. The defensive back falls down. Kendrick Lewis. And Williams makes up for earlier drops with a huge play.
He built it. Right field. Baseball history in Arlington.
Baseball's 500 home run club.
for the Texas Rangers, Josh Hamilton. He's the 8th outfielder to win the American League MVP award. He hit .350 with 4 home runs, and he's well deserving of this award. And they were scared of him because they kept walking him.
Josh Hamilton, ALCS MVP. Back is Hamilton to win the inning. What a catch. Hamilton a dive, and they out.
Hamilton is back at the track, leaping again. Well hit to right field, way back. Walk off for Josh Hamilton, and the Rangers have won their 6th in a row.
I'm very happy I got a complete ball player. He can play wherever we want him to play. But we want him in center field, and I've seen him in center field, and I like what I've seen in center field. I like what I've seen today. I'm just very happy that we could bring a guy like Josh into the fold, and he can become a part of the Texas Rangers family, be a big part of our success in the future going forward. Very Merry Christmas that Mr. Hicks and John Daniels delivered to the Texas Rangers today in the form of Josh Hamilton.
Casting the biggest shadow on the pro football landscape is the towering presence of Cowboys defensive end Ed Too Tall Jones.
Well, the advantage I have is if I can't sack the quarterback, if I can just stay on my feet and get my hands up, it can cause a lot of problems. You don't find very many quarterbacks in the leagues that's over 6'3". And if I can just penetrate 4 or 5 yards and get back there and force him to arch it a little higher than he would like to, or just block his vision for a split second, it make all the difference.
The first athlete taken in the 1974 draft, Too Tall played in 3 Super Bowls in his first 5 seasons. But Jones found his imposing height to be both a blessing and a curse in the Cowboys' defensive system.
Dallas was the only team at the time that used the flex defense, and my biggest problem was being 6'9", getting down in a 4-point stance, something that I'd never done before, and felt very awkward, uncoordinated, and didn't like it. Just didn't like it.
Despite unquestioned success in the NFL, an unfulfilled desire burned inside his massive frame. At the age of 27, he left pro football to chase a long-held dream. His journey took him to the urban grime of New York's 42nd Street. Amidst the neon and grit, Ed Jones began his second career in a squalid training gym. Too Tall molded himself into a heavyweight boxer, fought professionally 6 times, and won every bout.
I enjoyed every minute of it. I don't regret ever making the decision that I made. It was the happiest I've ever been. I was going to go in that ring, do the best I possibly could do. And that's all you can do anyway. But had I lost doing it, it wouldn't have mattered because, hey, I'm doing what I want to do, and I'm doing it the best I possibly can.
A year later, Jones quit boxing for reasons he has never fully revealed. His return to football, however, was a knockout. Too Tall became a perennial Pro Bowl selection, helped lead Dallas to the playoffs 5 times, and never missed a game through injury. Jones stood head and shoulders over his competition.
Well, Harvey Martin didn't start a game his first 2 seasons with the Cowboys. He still finished second on the team in sacks that first year with 10.5. He then followed that up by leading Dallas in his second campaign with 9 sacks.
and he was a typically emotional Landry player. You know, that whole flex defense is almost designed to suck the emotion right out of you. And Harvey just had too much of it, and he was happy to be wearing this uniform. Not just playing in the NFL. He had more appreciation for playing in this team than maybe any other player who ever played here.
Harvey had a motor that I liked, that never stopped. Played with a lot of emotion, a lot of intensity, and the thing I admired about him most is that he was there every Sunday with that same intensity. And when you have that kind of intensity, it spills over into your other teammates.
Harvey would go on to lead the Cowboys in sacks in both 1975 and 1976 as well, earning the first of 4 straight Pro Bowl invites after posting 14.5 sacks in that 1976 campaign. But that next season, in 1977, Martin reached a whole new level. Sacks did not become an official NFL stat until 1982, but the Cowboys kept track, and they recorded 23 sacks for Martin during that 1977 season. The recognized league record was set in 2001 by the New York Giants' Michael Strahan, who had 22.5. Both White and Martin were named to the Pro Bowl in 1977, with Harvey also earning the only first-team All-Pro honor of his career. In addition, Harvey was named the NFL's Defensive Player of the Year, the first Cowboy to ever win the award.
Ducks on the pond, you want to make sure your concentration heightens.
Deep into center. Griffey going back. Far back. He's under it. He's at the wall. Gone! A home run! He's got 101 before the All-Star break. And they want Gonzalez to take a bow. A standing ovation for the big crowd here at the ballpark.
You know it's what? getting louder. You know what, John? I want him to take a bow, too.
Come on, Igor. There he comes.
That is special.
Juan Gonzalez, 2 homers, and this one really electrified the crowd. All-star Ken Griffey Jr. did his very best, Joe, to keep it in the ballpark.
Well, it was a hanging breaking ball out over the plate, and Ken Griffey Jr. times it perfectly, but it's just too far. And Juan Gonzalez he's the man.
One of the best players I've ever seen. One of the best players I've ever played with. What you call a game changer. I mean, he can change the face of a basketball game pretty quickly. When he's on and ready to play, he's as good as anybody in the league.
Now you see him, now you don't. The deceptive moves of Dallas's Mark Aguirre. Ever since his Player of the Year days at DePaul University, Aguirre has captivated the basketball world. He became 1981's top draft choice, but with a style too flashy for Coach Dick Motta. Years of bitterness followed until today's recent understanding.
He's helped me incredibly. It's no doubt. There's a genuine respect that has grown there. We still, he still jumps my butt every now and then. He jumps on me and tells me I'm doing something wrong, but even in doing so, there's a respect there, and that has definitely made me a better player. There's no doubt about it.
Now, player and coach are working together to take advantage of Aguirre's many natural gifts. Particularly his supple hands and ball control.
I finally had a chance to be comfortable and actually play the way I know I can play. I know I have a lot of things a lot of people will call flamboyant or, put in that kind of category, but it's all to get the job done. And now that we're winning and we're playing extremely well as a team, I don't think it's seen as being flamboyant anymore.
While most critics talk of Aguirre's style, few point out how an undersized 6'6" forward can alter game plans.
I think the biggest thing that they get out of me is the fear of me posting up. I draw a lot of attention, you know, because people, they don't want to see it down there, because when it gets down there, either they're going to foul or I'm going to score. So that gets to be a problem for most teams.
Such confidence flows like a commercial rap.
The same is true for Mark Aguirre. When I wear weapons, I'm on fire.
And every night he proves it isn't just cheap talk.
I've never been this comfortable since I've been in the NBA. And when I go out on the floor now, I feel dominant, kind of. I just feel dominant. I feel like I can do anything I want to do.
And whack from the left side, here comes Jere Lehtinen.
I don't know that people knew what a great competitor he was.
I still hadn't seen a safety come in this league, even today, that did what Derian Woodson did.
Derian Woodson was before his time. He was before his time.
And he kind of rewrote the rules for what a hybrid safety linebacker could be.
He has 3 Super Bowl rings. He has 5 Pro Bowls. I mean, he's in the Ring of Honor here with the Cowboys. I mean, his stats speak for themselves.
Woody was a star player who wasn't high maintenance. It was all about whatever the team needs, I do. And to me, that's what set him apart.
Throws it up for grabs, and it's intercepted by Derian Woodson. Woodson inside the 15, and Woodson goes all the way in for the score.
The competitor, the fire, it's such an overused term, but in Woody's case, it's so true. He is passionate. You can't have a conversation with Derian Woodson about football or about business, or frankly about his family, without seeing that passion flow. And it's one of the things I love the most about it.
I can call Derian Woodson and he responds. I mean, he's a businessman, he's an entrepreneur, but he got time for his teammates, he got time for his kids, he got time for his family. And to me, that's the ultimate guy.
Here comes Jamie Benn against Ekholm, slips it forward to Eakin. Eakin to Benn, he scores! There's one.
Rather capacious defending. 2 guys go after Cody Eakin. Ben goes to the dead slot. Eakin just lays a backhand for him. Carter Hutton's first real tester of the game is ripped over his glove hand and trampolines out. He could have a monster game here tonight. He really could.
Ben, hit score, Jamie Benn. And now he's got 2.
That was fairly simplistic. Big part of it too. Ben wins it and saws Gaustad's stick in half. Gaustad can't defend because it watched the center iceman. Down he goes, too much torque, stick available, and this thing is deflected in the corner. Top shelf, short side, Klingberg head up all the way. No big wind up, just a little subtle slapper. Finds the stick blade of Ben, who has a pair.
2:12 to play. Ribeiro gave it away to Ben. Ben! Ben! Ben!
Not trying to score on this. He was trying to get it ahead. It's dead-eye, though, from about 180 feet away. Turns around, he knew he had guys going. He was just trying to flick it forward. Seth Jones with the error on it. It goes right past his skate, sails in. Ben's 3rd goal of the game.
And Ben kept it into Daly with 10 left.
Ben in front, a shot, they score! Ben gets the second assist! Stallberg has a chance to just go up the boards and out into neutral ice. He turns it over to Trevor Daley. Boom. Excited bunch.
Pearson's journey to the Hall of Fame began as an undrafted free agent. After 442 players were taken in 1973, Dallas signed a quarterback turned wide receiver from Tulsa, who became a franchise pillar.
We were very, very lucky not to miss Drew Pearson, and getting him as a free agent was one of the best things that has ever happened to the Cowboys as far as the personnel is concerned.
Stop out to throw. Going deep. Drew Pearson is open.
A three-time first-team All-Pro selection and a member of the NFL's All-Decade team in the 1970s, Pearson's penchant for big plays gave birth to a nickname, Mr. Clutch.
He was a clutch receiver. He could position his body in a way that he could catch the ball, and he just had the great instincts that you need to have in the NFL.
One clutch moment stands above the rest of them. The original Hail Mary pass in the 1975 NFC Divisional Playoffs.
I basically told everyone to block and Drew go deep or something like that. I made sure that he went deep.
And it's going to be incomplete. Oh, touchdown. He caught it. Drew Pearson caught the ball.
But he made catches that were just off the wall. He was the kind of receiver you want on your football team.
Such an improbable play, along with nearly 8,000 career receiving yards and a Super Bowl win, helped Pearson become only the 22nd undrafted player to ever make it to Canton.
Right here. It's not Leroy's not on him. You're on him. 48. I mean, we're playing tough. When you see the flow, I'm going up and tango on the outside. I'm going right now.
Tom Landry's doomsday defense of the mid-70s featured safeties who were almost identical in size and style. Their impact proved to be a lasting legacy.
They enjoyed practicing and everything around the game.
Go deep, go deep, go deep, go deep. That's the way to go. That's the way to hustle, Cliff. That's the way to stay on him, Charlie. That's the way to stay on him.
You know, many times the players around you make you, and I think in their case they meet each other.
That's the way to hit it. Okay, Cliff. That's the way to go.
You know, that's the thing you have to do in pro football. No matter what, you've got to adapt. You've got to change the way that you do things to make it and to be successful.
Could tie it with one swing. High drive! It's tied! Corey Seager has tied the game in the ninth. And now the Rangers can look to win it. Evan Carter takes strike one. Franchise-changing player. Well, a great player in Corey Seager. So much invested in him. And you see him against the barrel of the bat to it. And it's a no-doubter. The walk, the homer, and now Mr. Excitement up, who has good numbers against Seawall. 4 out of 10. Adolis Garcia, 4 out of 10 with a home run against Seawall.
I don't want to think about it. I just want to think about game 4 if I'm coaching this game.
And that's what they're thinking about. Jason Terry off the bench, knocks down the 3, and this has been a huge story in the series. The bench of the Mavericks.
They've got to step up here. People have got to score the basketball.
Terry from out of the corner hits another 3. Jason Terry's hit both 3s.
Mike, the thing which is surprising here is the lack of offensive rebounding by the Los Angeles Lakers.
How about Terry again? The flaps are down. The Jets 3 for 3 from 3. How about 4 for 4 for Jason Terry from 3?
Oh, my. And the big thing is that he can score the ball, short or long.
Got the switch. Nowitzki to Terry. He is 5 of 5 from behind the long line. How you doing, JT? Point lead for the Mavericks.
How about that pass? Yeah, this is Dirk Nowitzki at his best this year.
Jason Terry back in off the bench at that whistle. Stays hot from 3. Jason Terry is 7. Right back to 22. Peja Stojakovic to Terry again, a 3. Beautiful. Oh my goodness! Jason Terry ties an NBA playoff record. 9 3-pointers made today.
Terry to Kidd. Nowitzki wants the ball. Haslam again. Excellent ball denial. Terry a long 3. Bang! Jason Terry gives the Mavericks a 7-point lead with 33 seconds remaining.
Chuck Howley's long journey to Canton began with the Chicago Bears in 1958.
Howley read that play perfectly.
While his stint in the Windy City was fraught with a career-threatening knee injury, the relentless Howley could not be kept down and would revitalize his career with America's team.
One of the great original Cowboys.
Chuck was one of those players that always knew where the ball was going to go.
And it's intercepted there by Chuck Howley. He returned that one 40 yards.
Chuck, if it was a pass, he was there. If it was a run, he was there. But Chuck had that special talent. He saved a lot of touchdowns because he was so fast. His natural position was weak side linebacker because he could run with the wide receivers.
This is Howley, the linebacker.
Chuck didn't have bad games. Chuck overcame. He was an overcomer. And now he's going to be a Hall of Famer for the NFL, and I'm so proud of him.
Over 15 seasons, Chuck earned 6 Pro Bowl selections and 5 first-team All-Pro nods. He helped lead the Cowboys' vaunted doomsday defense as Dallas reached back-to-back Super Bowls in 1970 and 1971.
He is the only player ever in the Super Bowl on a losing team to win MVP.
And it's intercepted there by Chuck Howley.
He was the outstanding person on the field. I think my favorite moment was Super Bowl VI when Chuck picked up a Zonka fumble. Zonka had not fumbled all year prior to Super Bowl VI.
Zonka fumbles, the ball, the ball is Chuck Howley who got it.
Chuck didn't brag on himself. He just got out there and did his job, and he made a lot of great plays for us.
Pass intercepted by Howley.
I just think of him as a fine man, a great football player, and he was a hard worker, one of the hardest working people I ever have been around.
In the 1964 Olympics, the USA relay team trailed by 9 yards until their anchor person turned it on down the stretch. The race was won, and an American Olympic hero was born. That American hero soon became part part of America's team. And for NFL defensive backs, the reality was quite simple. If you let him get away, he was gone. Never before had the NFL seen a man with the speed of Bullet Bob Hayes.
I think I brought a dimension into pro football where the coaches, they had to find a solution. So I'm thinking in terms of zone defense, more or less was originated because of me.
Unlike other track stars, Hayes had pass-catching skills to go with his world-class speed, and his 76 career touchdowns still stand as a Cowboy record.
You had the big wide receivers, and you know the Warfields and the Gary Collins and those guys that I consider real great wide receivers. And I don't know where I would place, but hopefully I would place among those guys. No doubt the name Bob Hayes is there.
Bob Hayes retired from pro football in 1974. In 1979, Hayes went to prison on a drug charge and served a 10-month sentence, an event that cost him his status as an American hero.
Bob, you're an Olympic champion. Did the U.S. Olympic Committee try to get a hold of you to have you participate in the games in Los Angeles?
No.
Have they forgotten Bob Hayes, too?
Bob Hayes was forgotten in that area. And I'm a big boy. I'm not feeling sorry for myself because I didn't get out there, but what I accomplished in the Olympics, I think is second to none. Coming from behind 9 yards in a relay and you're winning, and you're timed in an 8.4 to 8.6 seconds. I mean, that's phenomenal. And those memories lingers on. And when the Olympics comes around in Los Angeles, I want to be a part of and associated with it. Even just sitting out there watching, looking, or commentating, or asking questions, anything.
At a preseason game in Texas Stadium, Dallas fans welcomed the 1984 USA medal winners. And only a pint-sized gymnast from West Virginia received more applause than a forgotten hero.
Also in the field, former Dallas Cowboy Olympian Bob Hayes.
Though the athletes he mingled with were 2 generations removed from his achievements, they all knew the legend of Bullet Bob Hayes.
Taken in the 7th round in the 1967 draft, Rayfield Wright was given little chance of making the Cowboys' final roster. But number 70 defied the odds. As a member of the NFL's all-decade team for the 1970s, Wright earned first or second team all-NFL honors 6 times, along with Pro Bowl selections for 6 consecutive years, from 1972 to 1977. The Big Cat's blocking and leadership helped make him the team's co-captain for 7 years and solidified an offensive line that helped running back Calvin Hill become the first Cowboy to rush for 1,000 yards in 1972. As a member of one of the best offensive lines in NFL history, number 70 helped the Cowboys lead the league in total offense 5 times. In 13 years, Wright started at right tackle in 6 NFC championship games and 5 Super Bowls, winning 2 of them. The first one came in Super Bowl 6 with a 24-3 defeat of the Miami Dolphins. The second came 6 years later in New Orleans with a 27-10 win over the Broncos.
Way downfield, and Bert Johnson caught! Touchdown! A sensational diving catch!
The Big Cat's determination and commitment to excellence helped lay the foundation of America's team. And in 2004, the Cowboy organization honored Wright by placing his name in their Ring of Honor.
It's a great day for Rayfield Wright. It's a great day for the Dallas Cowboys. It's a great day for Coach Tom Landry. And it's a great day for y'all and the fans here. The Dallas Cowboys everywhere, all over.
At this time, we'd like to direct your attention to the wall in the southeast corner of Texas Stadium, where Cliff Harris, Rayfield Wright's names will take a permanent place alongside the other members of the Dallas Cowboys Ring of Honor.
As Rayfield Wright's name is permanently etched in Dallas Cowboys history, so will his name forever have a place in NFL history, with some of the best players to have ever played the game.
In July of 1996, General Manager Bob Gainey traded Kevin Hatcher to the Pittsburgh Penguins for Sergei Zubov.
He was very talented with his hands, with his feet, and most of all with his head.
The raw but gifted Zubov immediately fit into the Stars lineup, providing a new offensive element on the back end.
What he brought to us was composure with the puck. He had such great patience, such great vision. It made everybody that played on the ice with him a lot better player.
His unique vision with the puck and playmaking ability lifted the Stars to new heights as the team would win their division 5 consecutive seasons upon his arrival.
You could tell that the game slowed down for him. I've never personally played with anybody that can do all of the things that he was able to do.
The trade is considered one of the best in Stars history, as Zubov would go on to become the franchise's top-scoring defenseman.
Into the slot for Zubov, he scores! Oh, yeah, for a 1-0 lead. Zubov looking, Madonna set up in front, score! Zubov!
Big, venomous blast by Zubov from just inside the blue line.
Sergei Zubov with a missile! And he shattered the glass, and Zubov plants him, punched him in the head.
And the number 1 star of tonight's game for your Dallas Stars, number 56, Sergei Zubov.
Sergei Zubov is just something different. What a talent.
Goal line defense for the Vikings. A handoff, Dorsett up the middle. Here he goes. Cuts to his right. Going all the way. Go! To the 30. To the 40. He's got 2 men to beat. To the 40. To the 30. To the 20. To the 10. The 5. Touchdown! Unbelievable! Tony Dorsett is in the record books. 99 yards.
The 1976 Heisman Trophy winner joined the Cowboys the following year, and like the old saying, he too hit the ground running. In his very first season with Dallas, the 1977 NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year became the first Cowboy in history to rush for over 1,000 yards while scoring 13 touchdowns. One of the most elusive runners ever, Dorsett painted a picture of improvisation, and his bold strokes left defenders breathless, gasping and grasping for and at air. With explosive speed, opponents had a better chance to catch the wind than number 33. For the thought of tracking him down in the secondary was just a thought. All too many times, the familiar sight of the back of his jersey could be seen crossing the goal line. Throughout his career, Tony Dorsett was among pro football's elite, gaining 12,739 yards while rushing for over 1,000 yards in a season 8 times. For 12 years he ran to daylight. It's befitting his journey end at the footsteps of Canton, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, Tony Dorsett.
He's going to be stacked. DeMarcus Ware.
DeMarcus Ware is a rare combination of physical gifts,
The all-time leading Cowboy sacker.
and also high mental and moral character.
What time it is today? Game time today, baby.
You combine those things, and you have one of the rarest football players that have ever played this game.
Over 12 NFL seasons, DeMarcus Ware's unique talents set him apart. The 11th overall pick in the 2005 NFL Draft would utilize his skill set to reach 9 Pro Bowls.
Picked up by Ware, and he is in for the touchdown.
He had initial quickness that was off the charts.
Under pressure, sack by DeMarcus Ware.
My goodness.
He was a pressure player.
Man, Ware came through there like a banshee.
Ware got to the quarterback quite often in his career. He registered a total of 138.5 sacks, the third most in the 21st century.
Ware's got him. Ware will have lunch.
And he led the league in sacks in 2008 and 2010. Beyond the numbers, he also transformed his teams with his poise and presence.
He evolved as a young man, would become what I thought was what I wanted to be with when I got into pro football. That's who I wanted to walk with and rub shoulders with. Little did I realize that he would be the best ever for the Dallas Cowboys at passing his knowledge along to his teammates.
We need to put them helmets on, and we need to make some noise today.
After starring in Dallas, Ware would go on to win Super Bowl 50 with the Broncos, a consummate winner at every point of his career.
When DeMarcus Ware left the Dallas Cowboys and joined the Denver Broncos, I had a hollow spot, not only in my heart, but in my stomach. I knew what he could bring to the table. And of course, when he was able to join that team and be a major contributor to winning a Super Bowl, that was a crowning glory. And I must admit, I had a lot of pride in the fact that DeMarcus Ware was sitting over there applying the pressure.
Put the shirt on, baby boy.
One of the things I've always thought about having a gold jacket myself is that it's the people that are in the Hall of Fame that make it so special. And it just went up a notch. I am honored, privileged to present my friend, DeMarcus Ware, into the Pro Football Hall of Fame forevermore.
This former track star from the University of Oregon joined the Cowboys in 1964, and under the watchful eye of head coach Tom Landry, moved into the position of free safety to utilize his quickness and all-out speed. In his very first season with Dallas, the 6', 192-pound Renfro excelled in star-studded fashion, leading his team with 7 interceptions for 110 yards and 1 touchdown. But it was his all-around athletic ability which enabled him to double as a kickoff and punt returner. This he did with equal success, leading the NFL in both categories. As the decade of the 60s came to a close, Renfro was asked to play defensive cornerback. This position seemed to agree with him as he immediately made an impact on the rest of the league. For 14 years, Mel Renfro played for the Dallas Cowboys, looking to be the best he possibly could be. And he was. He was selected to the Pro Bowl in his first 10 seasons, while being voted All-Pro 5 times. His 52 career interceptions are a club high. He wore the star proudly, for he himself was a star whose brilliant style of play shone brightly. serving as the beacon which lit the way for his travels through the NFL, and now as well for the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Ladies and gentlemen, Mel Renfro.
Will inbound. 3 seconds to go. The East leads by 2.
And taking Moses on the inbound man, trying to force it way out.
And Blackman. A foul is called with no time remaining. And Rolando Blackman is going to go to the free throw line with no time remaining and a chance to send this game into overtime.
Well, they put the man on Larry Bird, saying that Blackman can get by Bird the forward, and here's Blackman coming into a whirl of traffic, and look at the foul he took.
He's fouled by Thomas. Again, another look.
Here it is, a guard being defended by a forward.
9 of 11 from the line is Blackman. He needs to make both. We are going to overtime in this 37th annual NBA All-Star Game.
Club record for hits in a season.
Ball, Mike Young has it, gets rid of it. Whoa. He made the play and the inning is over. Unbelievable! The AL West title flag will fly in Arlington, Texas.
The Rangers are going to the World Series. The Texas Rangers have won the American League pennant. Do you believe it, Ranger parents? After not going to the World Series in their first 38 years, the Rangers are going back for a second straight year.
Line drive is a base hit into right center field. Young has delivered.
Swinging a tapper on the third base side. It's a slow roller. Chisenhall charges to throw off Bells to first. Not in time. 2,000 hits for Michael Young in his career.
Here comes the 2-2. Michael swings at the ground ball. It's up the middle. It's a base hit. 1 run home, 2 runs home, and Michael Young has the undisputed Ranger career hits record. That's number 1,748.
Appreciate every second, every moment, everything you put yourself through for these men. A mentor, leader, captain, tremendous human being, the best damn ball player we've ever seen.
So here is Adrian Beltre.
There was nothing given to him. He had to earn it every step of the way.
That's what they say about him. He's a very aggressive hitter. And what a way for Adrian Beltre to begin his big league career.
Adrian Beltre is my favorite, growing up.
Oh my, what a play by Adrian Beltre. The wall, it is gone. And this crowd of 55,000 vocally hugging him as he tries to get off the field.
His dedication on a day-to-day basis.
Every young child that wants to play the game, when they watch the game on TV, they ought to watch how Adrian Beltre goes about doing what he does.
3-run home run for Adrian Beltre. Boy, he is really something now.
He hit for average, he hit for power, he was a run producer. His defense was gold glove defense.
What a play by Adrian Beltre.
Only a couple of third basemen make that play, and he's one of them.
You have played this game with this type of joy that affects everybody that's around you.
Always smiling, messing around with the infielder next to him.
What was that all about?
We were fighting early because I touched his head, so I always get mad about that. And then after I called a fly ball, then I'm in charge for sure, but you know how it is, so.
Been in the big leagues for 2 decades. He's still not 40 years old.
He just continues to absolutely annihilate the baseball. I'll tell you, he's been a good player for a long time.
Proving people wrong along the way. Old-fashioned, kind of blue-collar.
And there it is, number 3,000 for Adrian Beltre.
What a moment for Adrian Beltre. On behalf of all of us, thanks for letting us be on the journey with you.
The joy with which he has always played the game.
I tell you what, this guy has been so beloved in baseball wherever he has gone, wherever he has played. Adrian Beltre, the future Hall of Famer.
Please turn your attention to the video board for a special tribute video.
With the 5th pick in the 2018 NBA Draft, the Dallas Mavericks select Luka Doncic from Ljubljana, Slovenia, and Real Madrid.
Hi, it's Luka Doncic. I'm really excited to be a part of the Dallas Mavericks team, and I hope you will enjoy my games and you will enjoy how I play, and I hope to see you soon.
There it is! Corner, Luka! Goes in!
2019 Rookie of the Year is...
Luka Doncic.
2 seconds. Doncic for the win. Oh, yeah! Luka Doncic!
Burger! The only time we're going to win it!
Luka Doncic with a little spice. How did he get that through all those defenders and hands and arms?
Trying to win a bet.
Win is a win.
Hey, my baby. How do you like your coffee? Is it a little Kareem?
Doncic pulls up, 3-pointer. Bang! Bang! It's good!
How are you feeling, Luka?
Amazing.
Leading the break, Paul nipping at his heels. Outside. What a pass! Washington! Oh!
What you got to say? You guys on 3, 1, 2, 3. There you go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
boy, yeah, everybody's blonde-haired boy, blue-eyed All-American boy, 1 to tight end. Yeah, that's him. What are we working on here? What's the drill?
Blitz.
Blitz. So even if you're on the show team, if it's blitz, wouldn't you kind of think the ball might be coming out a little quicker?
Yes, sir.
So he's one of the great Cowboys ever now. There's no doubt about that. I think he's for sure Hall of Fame tight end.
It's a 29, bootleg to the right by Carter, throws it out, caught by Witten, the big rookie tight end, and he's down. There's left to right, Quincy with time, hit, throws it over the middle, Witten caught it, first down at the 35. And the snap back, and he throws it out to the 10, Cadu, a big stick put on Witten.
You saw his work ethic through camp. Now he's against the Cardinals, breaks his jaw. And there's two kinds of players that will sustain an injury like that and only miss one game. One kind is a guy who doesn't have enough sense to come in out of the rain. The other is the kind who's made of the stuff that he's made of.
Time, deep middle, Witt lost his helmet, keeps running without a hat, 15 to the 10 to the 6.
They've been drafting 2 or 3 tight ends for years around here, and they don't get on the field very much. But when you're behind Jason Witten, it just you don't really have much of a chance to play.
Leg to the right, flushed out, throws it up to Witten at the 18, and he's blasted down.
Yeah, it was just 24 days ago, Al, that Witten suffered a lacerated spleen against the Raiders. So he told me earlier he feels great. He also told me this isn't about him trying to be a hero. This is about being a team leader and playing in games when they matter.
He was determined to play. He told me that in Oxnard when it first happened. I'm going to be ready for the Giant game. He's probably the most dedicated football player I've ever been around.
I've had so many guys I've looked up to, like Witten. Throwing the ball to Jason Witten, being around Jason Witten, being in this locker room, you know it's expected to be a Dallas Cowboy.
Second and goal. Now he throws it in the end zone. Jason Witten, touchdown. Cowboys win.
There's been a lot of amazing football players who played in this franchise since 1960. Okay, there's no player that started more consecutive games. There's no player that's played in more games. Okay, he's a 10-time Pro Bowler, but that's not the story. The story is what he does every single day. He's an inspiration to me, the coaching staff, and I know to you guys. Jason Witten.
Number 82, Jason Witten. Jason's right there at the top 5 of all the men, owners, commissioners, players that I've met in the NFL. Not players, people. He exudes character and class. And Jason, I've never been prouder. Last year when we opened our training camp, and there you were with all the survivors of those brave policemen that are dead. And there you were with all of them recognizing what they've done for the city of Dallas. Our mayor's here. Thank you, Jason.
There we go. What's up, buddy? Yeah.
Well, I think leadership means being able to stand up when adversity hits. You know, oftentimes we hear about leadership and what makes great leaders, and we connect it with only success. And I think with leadership, it's just having a servant's mindset, taking that approach. We wanted to put positive role models to young kids that didn't have that in their life, that had similar challenges that I had, in many cases a lot worse, trying to make a difference, be a shining light in these kids' lives, and to create an opportunity for them to go chase their dreams.
Coach, you talk a lot about passion, emotion, enthusiasm. Our team had it. Sometimes that didn't equal win.
You know, be your best regardless of circumstances is often talked about, and it's been ingrained in my life at a very young age, and I think that's important.
Second and 9. Under 5 minutes left in the hand, and it's not in the air and picked off by Derian Hatcher. And Hatcher is inside the 40, the 30, and tackled at the 16-yard line.
Larry Allen. I can't believe that. Give me a break. The rookie from Sonoma State. This guy weighs 325 pounds.
Wayne Martin batted it. We think Derian Hatcher with the pick, and Allen saves the touchdown.
I can't get over that. He runs down a very speedy linebacker. A little bit of an angle, but this is a huge man. This guy's got a rocket booster strapped to his back. All right, there's the bat by Martin. Right into Allen is still standing there. There he is to the left of your screen.
He didn't even get a running start at it.
Look at this, folks. 6'3", 325 pounds.
His arms like a sprinter.
I'm telling you, that's one of the most impressive athletic feats I have ever seen. That's amazing.
Doing everything they can to try and foul up those run schemes.
LaFleur in motion. Here's Emmitt Smith again. Emmitt.
Did you see Larry Allen?
Yeah.
I mean, Ellis Johnson is a good tackle.
Yes,
he's number
he is.
62.
Very active.
I don't mean to get carried away with a man in his block, but I want to show you a block. Now watch what this guy here does to this guy here. Now if you want to be a blocker, you want to be a guard, you do this. That is called a pancake. I mean, that is manhandling. That is putting the guy right on his body.
That's a clean out.
Holy moly. I mean, that's some line play. I mean, if I ever went back into coaching, never would, if I could take one guy with me, it would be that guy right there, old number 73, White.
Here's Emmitt again, and Emmitt gets the first down. Emmitt's had a busy day.
You know, and as I said, Ellis Johnson is a good player. He just doesn't know what to do now. So the thing that you always do is you say, just get low. And I watch Ellis Johnson. He gets so low there, he just took his head and just stuck it right in the ground. He said, I am not going to let Larry Allen get underneath my shoulder pads. So he just buried himself right in the turf on that play.
What are you going to do?
I have no idea. I'd ask for help. I'd stunt. I'd say, you know, someone else, you try this a while.
That's LaFleur who moves over to the right end, and here's Emmitt Smith again. And Emmitt flashes into the secondary and down to about the 5-yard line.
And right in behind Larry Allen again over Ellis Johnson. There's nothing Ellis Johnson can do about it. They tried to shift, they tried to move, they try and do everything. And again, you're going to see it right here. I mean, Ellis Johnson has to line up. He has to end up right there. And I know it's not a one-man gang, but he's trying to do everything he can. And he's just getting manhandled there. He's getting whipsawed. I mean, he's getting blocked and turned and twisted, and he's trying everything. I mean, he's been up high. He's been down low. He's tried to move to the right or the left, and he can't get away from it.
Chris Warren is the deep back. Robert Thomas. Warren gets the carry, and Warren gets down to about the 4. Again, at the bottom of the pile is Larry Allen. What can you do in a situation like that? I mean, it's a helpless feeling.
I don't know. I always say that he's the best offensive lineman in football, and then when I say that, there are pundits. Is that the word, pundits, that argue with me
that is a word.
Tony Baselli is the best, and I don't know, but I would take this. You know, like anything that would be, you know, where you needed a guy to go with you. I think I'd take him.
Well, if Baselli is better, he should be outlawed.
I mean, I hate to make this a Larry Allen highlight film. He just took Cornelius Bennett. That time they ran to the right, but they still ran behind Larry Allen by having him pull, and he pulled and knocked Cornelius Bennett down, and I could feel it all the way and hear it all the way up here.
Chris Warren got the touchdown.
Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I mean, watch, he's going to pull and make contact right here. Watch it. Here's where he's going to end up. Now watch that. Boom! Look at that. I mean, he knocked him right out of the picture. You kidding me?